What's up, my family? Tom Arnone, A2D Radio, here to talk to you about Manscaped. Love their products, especially the Lawnmower 4.0. Just got mine in. You try to go and use a regular razor, it's bloody. Ain't nobody got time for that. You're all nicked up. Not a good time. Lawnmower 4.0, I'm walking around feeling delicious. Look, take a look. Just got you. Gotcha. But Manscaped, you'll be taken care of head to toe, guaranteed. Get 20% off and free shipping with code A2D at manscaped.com. Go check them out.
There's ways I can look at it, like, I can say agree to some things, like, Jalen to a point, but I'm going to disagree that they proved me wrong, because this was the formula how you could get the 9-10 wins and find yourself in the postseason with an extra team allowed into the postseason this year, expanded playoffs, right? And the fact that your division stunk. These are all things we talked about before the season even started. Division's not good, right? So you got wins that you could get there. Your schedule's a last place schedule, right? So you have that. So you have a lot of things in your favor. Still doesn't take away from you going to the postseason. But if you ran the football and were a top 5 rushing attack, like obviously they are, right? And you had minimal injuries. Minimal. Right? Not ideal if you told me that no Brandon Graham, and no Brooks all year. I'm not ideal. I want to tell you that's ideal. Okay? But at the end of the day, that's really it. And that's the positive. It hasn't been, a bunch of guys getting their legs chopped off. Right? So you've been fairly healthy. So in reality, like, they didn't prove me wrong. Did I really think that they were a playoff team? Man, that was like everything had to go right. And at 2-5, I agree to the poll, because at 2-5, you proved, if you say they didn't prove you wrong then, you're an asshole. They proved everybody wrong. Okay? I mean, we were started talking about top 5 picks. So they proved everybody wrong. And that's where they really, you people can say they proved you wrong. But before the year, I'm gonna stand firm on that I disagree, because I thought Jalen could do enough things with his legs and his arm outside the pocket that you could have some explosive plays, etc. But he's proved me wrong in season as he continues to grow week by week. Right? I think he's doing a better job throwing the football as these weeks go on, especially after the Giants hiccup, right? So there, I'll say that Jalen's proved me wrong. I've been clear on that. Like, he's gotten better. Now, to the level I need him to be? No, but he's still gotten better. He still shows me strides. And to be a playoff team, he's here next year. He better sure hell be. All right? And you hope for that junior year big-time jump up from him. That's what you hope for in the passing game. But I think he's gotten better. And so all those things, I disagree. They didn't prove me wrong. It's fine to be wrong, right? We're all wrong in this game. So where did you have them? And if these guys prove you wrong, because it's time to come out and say they did, right? I mean, because they did to all of us, right? I mean, Nick proved me wrong, right? Jalen proved me wrong to a point, not like egregiously proved me wrong, to a point. But the team overall, I still thought had enough talent on it in a weak division to find themselves, around the 10 win mark and be in the postseason. So I don't want to come on now and say, oh, I agree. They proved me, you know what I mean? They did on certain things. Absolutely. They proved us all wrong.
Tom, we talked about this, right before we came on the air. And I just want to, I want to confirm to everybody at home, because I see people in the comments. I saw people before, Tom even started talking, like, oh, you were wrong about Jalen. Yeah, a lot of people were. But to Tom's credit, and a lot of people took shots at us and mostly him before the year. It's like this entire year could be summed up in 3 H's, not Triple H the wrestler, but 3 words that begin with an H. Before the year, if you had us going 9 wins, like I did, 10 wins like you did, Tom. Some people had 11 wins. Even if you had us in the playoff picture, we were called what, Tom? Homers, right? Then, during the middle of the season, when you're 2-5, especially after that Raiders game, you had some questions. We all had questions about Jalen Hurts. We were called haters. Also begins with an H. It doesn't matter if you were called, or if we were called homers before the year, or haters during the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season. We're just happy today. Can we just be happy today? Because regardless of if we think Jalen Hurts is going to win Super Bowls when we're in that picture, or if we thought Jalen Hurts was going to be a playoff level quarterback like we are obviously this year, which I didn't, by the way, which I'll get to in a second. It doesn't matter what this team was supposed to be before the year, beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. What matters is for the first time in a long time, and I would go as far to say we didn't even have this in the Super Bowl year in 2017-18, because even in that final week, we had some stress because we didn't know if Nick Foles was Nick Foles yet, and we had the, well, should Nate Sudfeld play, whole debacle. So we had a lot of questions going into those playoffs. We have a full week from now to obviously Dallas, which really doesn't mean anything unless you're really obsessed with the 6th seed, which I'm not personally. I'm just speaking for me. We have a week to enjoy, reflect, and then we have another week going forward where we get to go into a playoff atmosphere. I said before the year, I thought we would have 9 wins, but come up short in the final couple weeks. I saw us losing either against Dallas if we needed to next week or losing against Washington this week. And I said, listen, if we're sitting here late December, early January, and we're saying Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback of a playoff team, if Nick Sirianni is the head coach of a playoff caliber football team and if they're in the playoffs, I would be the first one to say the following. I was wrong, and I'm extremely happy I was.